So
I really think I need to consider hiring a security guard.
No, you don't.
Just like on the balcony, and every time you try to jump over, he'll just like, like stop you.
I'm gonna fall over and die.
Like, you know how like when you smash in badminton, just like every time you call it, just
No, hey, no.
Hello.
Hi.
And welcome back to yet another episode of Unconventional Tea Time. How are you doing today?
I've been a bit stressed lately, but in a good sense. I mean, lots gonna change for me this year. I'm gonna be living a new life.
Oh, so stress in a good way.
I'm getting a new place. Okay, no, actually, I'm becoming Kevin's neighbor.
Yeah.
Like actually.
This is why
kind of.
I'm not as
Yeah.
I'm not as happy. Just kidding.
Excuse me. So you're gonna say, oh, so like now you're like,
I'm gonna be sick every day.
or there's gonna be a little tingling every day. Oh. It's because she's like moved across the street from me.
You know, I wasn't thinking of that, but now come to think of it,
Oh no, I know it's gonna happen, 100%. You're gonna give me a call, and be like, it's you again.
you're right.
I woke up this morning. It's you.
Yeah, can you please get out of the complex?
Excuse me. I paid. I'm staying. Okay. I deserve to be here. You are the one who recommended that place to me. So.
I was doing that, you know, just like casually, didn't think anything would happen.
Oh my god, this is.
Just trying to show you like, oh hey, there's a listing.
Yeah, but I'm gonna, take a look.
No, because last year when I showed it to you, nothing happened. So it's like, oh, this is just trying to show you, oh, there's another unit selling.
Well, you asked for this. You wanted this. It was destiny, okay?
It's okay. I'll be looking for a new home.
Maybe what? You're gonna leave?
I just know it.
I just like move in, and it's like, oh, by the way,
I'm moving out.
I'm moving out.
Yeah. But over the weekend, I went to see the house with you and your mom.
Yeah.
It was very sunny.
Oh yeah, it was really warm those days. Yeah.
But it was a good, I think we went to see what?
Three places.
3 places.
Including the one right here.
Here.
And then we went.
But luckily, it's like on the other end of the complex. So it's like there's 2 sides to the complex. You're like on the other side.
No, I'm inviting myself over anytime, any day. I'll just be hanging out. You'll see me here, just on your balcony.
Security, get out of here right now.
Security, but at least like it'll be a lot easier when it comes to like recording, editing, just like right there. I get to like just creep up to you.
I'm gonna black out all my windows.
And so like this is the opportunity where I'm just like gonna bring my own cat bag, a cat bed, and then like my little cage, and just like settle myself.
I'm gonna throw it out the window into the woods right here.
No, I'm just gonna bring it next time, so I have a little area for outside, and then I could be like, okay, we're gonna cut. I'm gonna go home and take a nap. I'll be right back in like 1 or 2 hours to continue recording.
And I'll be gone.
Well, at least you don't need to buy a cage now. I will get my own, I just help myself, just make myself at home now.
But I was surprised how many people were looking at the houses.
Yeah, you mean the second one?
All
Just
of them.
all of
There's
them?
like constantly people coming in.
Okay, you're not moving, okay? You're not moving. I'm like
Maybe I'll
moving
swap
here.
with a second.
No, I moved here to like be closer to my best friend. You're not going anywhere.
It's a very creepy.
Imagine me climbing over. Can you actually? Wait, which side was it? This side?
This side.
So
There's like a divider.
I can climb over. Hey! Oh my god, I'd be so
I really
annoying.
think I need to consider hiring a security guard.
No, you don't.
Just like on the balcony, and every time you try to jump over, he'll just like, like stop you.
I'm gonna fall over and die.
Like, you know how like when you smash in badminton, just like every time you call it, just
No, hey, no. Oh my god, that's so rude, okay? First of all, you don't welcome me with a cage. Then it's like you're not allowed to come over. Not even allowed to
You're gonna
like
get shut down.
Like no. Or just like tie me in the face. Like I know you're there. Like I'm there at like say it's garbage day, right? You said 6 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm just like
Get pied at 6 a.m. in the morning.
I was just saying, I was just trying to remind you it's garbage day.
Just
It's
get
time to get out. No, my face. Oh my.
But yeah, no. Hopefully you'll get the place, and
Yeah, I think pretty certain this will be the sign, the true sign. If we meant to be neighbors. This is it, you know. This is God's work. This is destiny in the works.
I think by the time this comes out, you already know if you.
Yeah, I will know by then, and you won't be able to.
If someone is interested in a new property, please reach out again. Every episode, please call this number.
Did anyone get back to you for your 1-800 I'm high maintenance? No one got back to me. I'm desperate.
So you're still looking. You need to maybe up the.
No.
Okay, now she's looking for 70 plus.
Don't leave the address and be like, I know where she lives now.
Yeah.
Oh, then I'll leave both of us. It's like, in case like it doesn't work with me, then here. Just,
No,
like,
I don't need
you
a.
can
I don't
find,
need a pass along.
just,
No,
just,
I'm
just
good.
like across the
I
road.
don't need a hand me down.
No, it's okay. I'll help you with that.
Oh. Should I get into my story?
Yeah, I'm ready for that story.
So today I'm covering the story of Elizabeth Smart. Again, ever heard of her?
Elizabeth Smart, like is this spelled like smart?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No.
No, I haven't. So is this the like? Oh wait, no. You mentioned before that was an Asian. Okay. No.
So, well, this happened back in 2002, so we were like 11. So we probably didn't know what was going on in the world. But this was a very like famous case in the States.
Okay.
So as always, I will cut to the chase and start with the crime scene.
All right, let's go.
Yep. So on March 12th, 2003, in Sandy, Utah, a girl named Mary Catherine recognized 3 people on the street. There's a man, a woman, and a young girl. So she was looking at them like, but the man and the woman, she kind of recognized them because they were on the news constantly. So like the police like wanted them.
Okay.
And then she saw the little girl, and then she noticed that it really looked like her sister. So she was like, she had to like call the police and let them know. So she contacted the police, and soon the officers came by and questioned them. They looked really suspicious, just like roaming around, and they questioned them, and they gave the cops like fake names. They wouldn't tell them the truth. And then the little girl was wearing a veil, like covering her face.
Wait, how old was she?
14.
Oh, okay.
So she was wearing a veil, so it's very suspicious, very weird, and then just wouldn't tell them what's going on. So the cop was like, can you please remove the veil? And she was like a little hesitant still.
The girl is.
The girl is.
Okay.
And the cop had to calm her down and be like, everything's gonna be okay, we're just doing a routine check, make sure everything's fine. And then she still was like a little hesitant, but finally she revealed herself. And then when she did, the officers were shocked, just speechless, because this little girl is a girl that has been missing for 9 months, and her name was Elizabeth Smart.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was like, where are you gonna get back to Elizabeth? I was like, what's
So that was her under the veil, and she has been missing for 9 months.
And like, I'm assuming this like is probably like a kidnap case where this couple, this man and yeah. So the one who noticed is her sister, right?
Yeah.
Right. So she did. What are the chances of? Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Like that was just fate. That was like, you're meant to find her again. You guys were meant to like reunite.
Because usually, in these kidnapping cases, they wouldn't be roaming around the street. Like you wouldn't see them in public.
They'll try to prevent
Hide,
that, like,
or they'll come out
hide.
during the nighttime, or like
They won't act normal.
yeah. So the cops were like obviously really thrilled and like happy that they found her.
So they knew right away it was her? Like, did she confess, hey, I'm
Yeah.
Elizabeth Smart?
The police knew, but when she revealed herself and told them her name, they were like,
Oh,
we
know.
got them.
Oh my god. So what happened? I'm so confused. I'm so
Well,
curious.
we're gonna get into it. So first, we're gonna get into Elizabeth Smart, who she is.
Okay.
So Elizabeth was born on November 3rd, 1987, so just a couple years older than us, in Salt Lake City, Utah. She was the second of 6 kids. Can you imagine 6 kids right now? Can you have 6 kids right now?
Oh my gosh.
Like how busy
They're
you'll be.
busy.
And still doing
Mom
YouTube.
got busy. Oh my god, no. It would just be vlogging 24/7, like live stream. This is my life, story of my life.
Yeah.
But it could work.
It'll be very eventful.
And you don't have to edit it because it's just chaotic on its own.
All the time.
Yeah, you don't need to edit anything.
So I'm gonna show you a picture of Elizabeth.
Okay.
So this is her.
She's a pretty girl.
Yeah.
So what did they reveal how old she was in this photo?
14.
Okay, 14.
Yeah.
Pretty girl. Looks like Taylor Swift.
Oh, because of the blonde.
But even the blue eyes,
Yeah.
yeah, looks related, let's say. Taylor, is that your sister?
So Elizabeth was raised in a very happy and nurturing environment. She had a close-knit family. She was very close with her parents and the siblings. She was also very close to the community as well. So her values was very, strong in family, education, and also their faith, their religion. They were Mormons.
Okay.
So as a child, Elizabeth was known for her vibrant personality and adventurous spirit. She had a zest for life, and she described as being kind-hearted, compassionate, and full of enthusiasm. So she was very energetic. She was actively involved in community and church, obviously, and then she also participated in various like volunteering activities and stuff like that in the community. So she was very known in the community.
Sweet girl.
Had a good childhood, loving parents.
Yeah.
5 other siblings to share the house with. So education was also a vital aspect of Elizabeth's childhood. She attended East High School in Salt Lake City, and she excelled academically. It's not like us. She
Oh,
excelled.
wow, okay. Oh, I love how like you just didn't just diss me this
People
time.
will know, so it's okay.
Okay.
And she had a passion for learning, so she also played the harp. Do you know what the harp
Yeah,
is?
Wait. No, the sorry. It's this one.
We're
yeah.
very educated as you
Yeah.
can see.
Sorry, I kept thinking cello. I was thinking cello, and I
cello,
was
no,
like, wait,
harp.
no, harp.
Can you imagine you playing that?
Why? It's too. I'm too clumsy and rough.
Because that's like
So,
classical, very like elegant.
doesn't suit my image. I'm not elegant. Fine. Jesus. No one asked you anyways. I didn't want to learn the harp anyways, or cello, okay? I play the piano, in case anyone was wondering.
You play piano?
Yeah, I do.
I've never heard you play before.
I quit early. No, well, I played for 5 years.
Really? How come I'm just
Wait,
learning
you
this now?
didn't know?
No, I didn't know this whole
Actually?
time.
No, I learned.
Maybe because like before, if you mentioned it, I just think like you were joking. Like, she can't.
Why would I
she
joke
play the
about
piano?
that? You really don't know?
Why you don't
Well, at
know?
least I play an instrument. What do you play?
I also learned piano.
No, you
I did,
didn't.
for like a year.
How do we not know this? Oh, a year? Oh, I learned it for like 5-6 years.
I can still remember.
I had to
songs.
compete. I went
You?
for- Yeah, I got gold for like I got proof. Okay.
You actually? This is the first time.
We'll ask Katie. Okay, we gotta ask my mom next time.
Okay.
Proof, okay.
You better not be lying.
I'm not lying. You can ask her. She's the one who kind of like forced me into it.
Still very shocked that you can play any instrument.
Excuse me. That's so mean. I'm so hurt. I do play it though. Next time we'll play a
next time
few
you do.
keys.
Yeah, so basically her childhood was very full.
Mm-hmm.
She had some talent, she was into education, so everything was really good. It was going her way. But on the night of June 5th, 2002, Elizabeth, she was 14 at the time, was sleeping in her bedroom when Brian, who was a self-proclaimed prophet, a street preacher, so basically he's like believes he's God, and he's like roaming around, and he, you know, comes into this neighborhood, and he starts working as handymans around their neighborhood, working odd jobs. And what he was trying to do is trying to find a suitable person to kidnap. So isn't that really scary? That's one of the scariest things about serial killers, is that they do things that they're very calculated, very quiet, very like malicious. They're like, what he did was look for odd jobs, and then he was, excuse me? I'm not describing me.
But you're quiet. you know, you gotta always be wary of the quiet ones, right? You see, like, I'm loud and wild, that it's like, you see it. It's like you would expect it, and you're like, this is as crazy as it gets. Like, I have nothing to hide. This is full me. Him, however, you gotta be careful.
I'm learning from him.
You don't have to learn from him. You got it naturally in you, okay? That's why you're into, we already established, this is why you're into that creepy stuff, you see? Because you gotta be one, what's the saying? You gotta be one to know one?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I don't know any serial killers. These are well-known stories.
You are, though. You know yourself. That's enough.
So anyway, after doing all these odd jobs, he has, you know, honed in on his target, which is Elizabeth. So on June 5th, around 2 a.m., Brian entered the family's residence, undetected, I guess because they don't have like alarms back then. So removed a window screen, he just came into the house, armed with a knife, and he quietly made his way into Elizabeth's bedroom.
That's what I'm gonna do when I move in.
You're gonna be the kidnapper.
Come through the screen door.
Move the screen door and come
Yeah,
in.
exactly. I'm listening. Taking down notes.
So Elizabeth was sleeping alongside her younger sister in the room. The sister is Mary Catherine.
Okay.
Yeah. So which is the sister that spotted her later on.
Okay.
So Brian threatened Elizabeth and warned her if she made any noise or attempt to escape that she would harm her family. So because of this, Elizabeth is obviously scared, did what he said, and then she was forced to leave the house and go home with him. And just like that, she's gone.
What a good, sweet girl. Like, of course, like, in that circumstance, I think I wouldn't be able to, like, function. I'd scream, like, without, like, just out of fear. Like, I wouldn't, it's not like I wouldn't want my family to get hurt. It's the instinct. How can you, like, hold it? Yeah. Just instantly, I just, like, scream, right?
I think I would scream too.
But then if, like, someone got hurt because of that, it would...
Yeah, you would carry that with you. So either way, you're just, like, stuck.
A very strong girl for keeping quiet, being obedient, and so calm in that situation.
Yeah, because, like... people irrational like us will just like scream and do whatever we can to like get out of it.
We get startled so easily.
So the surprising thing was actually that Brian was not alone in this. So guess who was his partner in crime?
No, his wife.
Yeah.
And of course, like, maybe they couldn't have their own kids themselves, so they wanted to, like,
okay,
you know,
that's
my guess. And it's like, usually it's something like that. With I think kidnapping, a lot of cases, it's like there's a lot with like wanting to take away children. It's usually a mom, and not a mom, but like a female and male figure, like mom, dad,
that wants their own family
couple.
But can't.
Yeah, similar like that.
Yeah,
I feel there's a lot of those cases.
It's his wife, Wanda Barzee.
Wanda.
So I'm gonna show a picture of these two.
I want to see it. Were they at least blonde? Like,
well, this is when they were captured, but they kind of look like that.
Oh my.
So, but he said he's God himself, so he's trying to.
Oh yeah, I see it, but like, she just looks so much older than him. Like I can't tell, if you had that kind of hair, you add like 20 years to yourself, but like she just looks so old.
Like if I saw them on the streets, I would think they're really suspicious. Like I wouldn't get close to them.
Well, the guy is very suspicious. Come on, man. Claims he's God. I mean, I get it, but this ain't Halloween.
Dress up.
Yeah.
So there's not much on Wanda's background, the wife, but we do know that Brian was born on October 18th, 1953 in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Oh, he's
Same,
old.
yeah, same city. He initially gained attention as a street preacher and a self-proclaimed prophet, like I said. And he often spread his like distorted beliefs and values, preaching it, his weird religious views as well.
Isn't this like similar to cults?
Yeah,
right?
I think he wanted to be a cult leader, but
Yeah,
failed.
right.
So he became.
Knew why you're interested in this. See, finally, a cult story
It's coming out.
is coming out.
So as the years go by, he became increasingly more and more delusional, like just thinking of very, very extreme things.
Okay.
So, like I said, basically he thinks he's God himself, and this is why he wanted to abduct Elizabeth, because he wants to put his beliefs in her and control her. Because I guess he's failed as like trying to recruit people. So this is like his first victim.
Oh.
Because she's young, vulnerable, I guess. It's easy to control. Yeah, so throughout Elizabeth's captivity, she was subject to various forms of abuse. Brian and Wanda exerted control over her through fear, manipulation, and physical violence. So they isolated her from the outside world, kept her from having any chances of getting rescued. And when they were outside, she would need to wear like disguises, like wigs, a veil, have an alias.
Okay, the veil though is so weird. Like,
if they were spotted on the street, and let's say you saw Brian and this young girl, you'd be like, oh, like how are you guys? What's going on here? You know what he would say? He would say, oh, this is my wife. Like Elizabeth is his wife.
oh my
And
god.
we're on a
sick.
divine mission where I'm God.
Would you like immediately be like, call 911? Would you do it?
I would. Because like this is just suspicious behavior.
Well, yeah, like unless they were playing in a play or I don't know, role playing. No, that's just not okay.
Tragically, Elizabeth was subjected to sexual abuse.
Well, yeah, if you're calling her the wife and stuff, like I just didn't want to think that way, but oh my god.
And just to know that the wife Wanda was part of all of this. She
Yeah,
was
like,
a player in this. She was a part of getting her into these situations and keeping her, and also played a part to manipulate her as well.
That's very hard to like imagine, because like I was gonna ask you, like, isn't Wanda like even a little bit jealous? Like he's being like physically, active or whatever with this girl. Like when you feel like somewhat like, how are you okay with it? And then you're assisting in it.
That just goes to show how strong of a manipulator Brian was.
You have to be so
For her
delusional.
to be brainwashed and just think everything because he's God, everything he does is right. She's helping God, do his thing.
That ain't no God.
I am very interested. Like, how do these leaders like manipulate and
Like, how is
control them? Like
yeah.
what is the power? So I should really join one undercover and like have like a hidden camera.
Yeah, no, I actually thought like you would do something like this.
Yeah.
And I'd be like worried, like in 3 days, I just wouldn't hear anything from you. But,
Yeah,
oh my
because
God.
I'll be in and I'll be like, oh, Claudia, why are you there?
Why me?
You're
So-
in the call.
so-
Like,
But will you tell me beforehand and you'll be like, okay, I'm going undercover?
I will tell you.
And
And then, but I see you in
and
the
then
call.
I'm just like, oh no, I'm here. Why are you here? I'm undercover.
Yeah, I'm like, this is a cult, Claudia.
No, it's not. No, it's not. There's like what? Free food, a good meeting. Like I'm meeting.
Like, this
I'm
is
meeting
a social
lot
event.
of social event. Meeting. Don't you want me to make more friends and get out there and like, explore and meet people and
And I'll be like, girl, don't you see what's happening around you? Do you
What
not
is
hear
happening?
what they're trying to preach to you?
No. This is just all a friendly gathering. Okay.
One, can't get you out, and two, it's not even because of the message or the
But
belief. It's
the
because
thing
of the
is,
food.
at least I'm not brainwashed.
You're brainwashed by food.
But that's not because of the cult. It's just literally I'm weak towards food. It would have nothing to do with the cult, so that's a good thing.
Most cults, like they really need supporters and like members. But this case, they're like, Claudia, I'm sorry.
We can't afford you.
Like, thank you for your interest in the cult, but we're going broke because
I'd
of
be
you.
hurt. Why?
We have to let you go.
But I'll recruit people. I'll be a worthy member.
Like the first time someone got kicked out of a cult, usually they like
would you
hold them in.
all hail to the god or whatever for free food? I would do it.
Elizabeth, as you said before, was very strong. She was very smart. She said that throughout her captivity, what kept her going was her family, the memories of her family, and she had to have hope that she would be rescued someday and rejoin her family. And her faith kept her going as well. She said all of that, all she could do was just think about family and faith. That's all she could do, is to think of that. One day someone will find her. And thank goodness that she did come from a really loving family, that she knew
She was strong enough,
yeah, like she knew that I could have that.
That's what kept her going,
Yeah.
right?
During this time, during her captivity, it was 9 months, but her family and friends, kept searching for her. They were relentless. They distributed flyers. They did a lot of community search parties.
You said it was like a small town and people knew of this little girl and sweet family, and right?
And she was very involved in the
Well,
community.
yeah.
So luckily, everyone knew this little girl and just
everyone wanted to step in and help and look for her, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but despite all the these avenues of search, 9 months went on with no clues. It was just kind of surprising because they were in the same town and they weren't purposely hiding, as we said, they were just walking around
Out and about, right?
Yeah. So it's very surprising that no one spotted them. So all that searching and with the police, media awareness, still nothing. So 9 months went by. It almost became a cold case. But 9 months later, the lucky day arrived. So this is where I start off in the beginning. On March 12, 2003, Elizabeth's younger sister, Mary Catherine, spotted Brian, Wanda, and Elizabeth and immediately alerted the authorities. When the authorities approached Elizabeth, she was still a little bit hesitant. She was scared to actually be found out. So the police had to really calm her down and convince that it was okay. Everything's gonna be okay. She just had to tell them who she really was.
They really just destroyed her. They really traumatized her for her to be so scared like that, to not be able to the police are right there and
she can be free just like that, but she still had to think what's gonna happen to my family, what's gonna happen to me, or to whoever is involved,
what will happen after. And
what's
you
the
can't imagine
So after the police convinced her everything's gonna be okay, she finally came out and said, yes, I am Elizabeth Smart. And finally she was rescued, and Brian and Wanda was arrested that day, and Elizabeth could finally join back with her family. It wasn't until years later when the trial began. Mm-hmm. So this is now 2010. So years and years later. And after the trial, Brian was finally found guilty and got a sentence of life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. Good.
Yes.
But Wanda, she was found guilty, but she was sentenced to 15 years in prison, which means that she was already released in 2018.
15 years, that's not enough.
So little for what she did.
Wanda, you don't deserve. You deserve to rot in hell, rot in jail, like for what you did to like an innocent girl. And like you're a female, you're this thing. So it's like
how can you do that to a 14-year-old girl? Like how she can't let go of that trauma ever. Like this is gonna live with her whole life. And this is why there's a little light in the story, because when Elizabeth finally got found, she pretty much dedicated her life to be an activist, raising awareness. So she wanted to make sure like young children, young kids knew about these potential kidnappings, that this can happen to anyone.
It's really sad because I'm telling you, somewhere out there, as we're talking about this is going on. Someone is going through this. It's just hasn't been found. Yeah. They're hiding in a shack. They're out there, or God knows the families looking for them. And saddest thing is, they don't know. And thankfully, she was found. You know, like she's a great girl, and a lot of great little girls or anyone, they get kidnapped and they don't see that shining light on the other side. They had a tragic end.
What do you think? That is the story of Elizabeth Smart.
She's very smart, intelligent, and I'm so glad that she's being an activist and like speaking out for this. And
I'm happy she's not just like hiding, because a lot of times when you go through trauma, you just want to like.
I think she was just such a bright girl, and she was raised right, and she definitely grew a lot from it. Like she was smart already, but this changed her. She's a woman.
Her bond with the family definitely deepened way more. And
she's smart about like being protective and like definitely gonna fight back. I think, and be wary of who she talks to, interferes
for sure.
with. Yeah. There is that PTSD,
For sure.
And I'm really glad she didn't get pregnant. And thank goodness. It would be
at 14. Oh my gosh.
Huge mess without consent. That's just so bad.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to hear that she's doing well in her life. I'm so glad she escaped, and good for her. She deserved it. And
so it's good that 9 months. Still long, but obviously not like as long as the other kidnapping stories, but
that she could make it out.
Happy that she could become an activist and just try to make this into a positive thing for her. That's like the happiest news. Imagine her mother and her family finding out, and her sister, like the first initial reunion. It would be. Can't imagine that feeling. Very touching. Definitely. So thank you guys for tuning into this story. Hope you guys like it. If you would like more, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok with the handle Unconventional Tea Time. And we have a story for you next week. It's my love story, my funky, weird relationship stories. And can't wait to share with you guys. We've been through so many weird relationships. I can't wait to see what's next. Oh, well, guess you guys stay tuned for the next episode to find out. Yeah, so join us next time on Unconventional Tea Time. Bye.